Hey, welcome back. I'm Todd Smith with another video teaching you how to make money and achieve financial freedom with real estate investing. Over the years, I've been blessed to teach tens of thousands of investors from newbies to millionaires, so I know I can help you too. But before we get into today's topic, if you haven't done so already, I just want to remind you to check out my free 90-minute online training class about how to buy houses without cash or credit at realestateCashflowSecrets.com. I'll put that link and maybe some other resources in the description for this video. If you're watching this video on YouTube, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button below this video. And for some reason, YouTube made it harder. So after you hit subscribe, you got to hit the bell and then you got to hit all to make sure that you don't miss out on any of the money-making information that I have to share with you, because I do upload videos regularly. Fair enough? All right, let's get started. All right, in this video, I want to deal with a question I get commonly asked, which is, how soon can I quit my job with real estate investing? So the first case I want to deal with is a scenario where a lot of times people come to me, they hate their job, they're ready to quit right now. And I say, if you're ready to quit right now because you hate your job, that's actually when you're in the most powerful position, because if you hate your job and you're ready to quit anyway, then the worst they can do is fire you, right? So if I was in that position, I would just start coming in late and leaving early, all right? Taking long lunches, because, yeah, I mean, the worst they can do is fire you, right? So just continue collecting a few paychecks until they fire you, which puts you in a better position to collect unemployment. So, yeah, take advantage of that situation if you're ready to quit anyway. And plus, it gives you some more time to evaluate, hey, do you really want to quit? So that you're not making a rash decision. But again, if that's the situation, yeah, just start using some of your job time to focus on real estate. That's one approach. Okay. So now let's deal with a more normal scenario where, you know, maybe you even like your job, but you just rather be a real estate investor and, you know, not have to report to somebody every day. All right, but now let's just look at a more situation where you're not at the point where you're ready to quit your job and walk out tomorrow or this afternoon or whatever. Okay, so basically, obviously, you need to have consistent cash flow from your real estate business to or consistent deal flow and consistent cash flow. You need to have enough money coming in from real estate investing to cover either your expenses or your income. So a lot of people think that, well, they need to replace their income. That may not necessarily be the case. If you make more money than what your expenses are, then maybe all you need to do is cover your expenses. Or maybe you can consider lowering, and maybe you can lower your expenses by lowering your standard of living. Not that I'm encouraging you to lower your lifestyle, but if your main goal is to get out of your job so that you can have control of your time, then it may be worth it to lower your expenses, lower your standard of living for a while, so that you can get your time freed up and use that as a launch pad to live in the life of your dreams and having the kind of financial freedom that you really want. So for example, you know, if you take a look at your expenses and you find that every day you go for a morning coffee, well, does it have to be Starbucks? You know, can you save some money by getting a different less expensive coffee every morning? Cable TV, you know, do you really need cable TV? First of all, if you're trying to get rich with real estate investing or any other business, my question would be, why are you watching TV in the first place? But I understand, okay, maybe you got kids and family that you know, that are not real estate investors and they need to watch TV. But my point is, maybe there are some expenses that you can cut out that'll help you reach your financial goals a little bit faster. But even if there's not, the point is, you need to find out what your expenses are, and that's what you need to cover, right? Because as we all learned from Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the key thing about getting out of the rat race is having enough money coming in on a consistent basis from your investments or your business that are going to cover your expenses. And that's the definition of getting out of the rat race and attaining financial freedom. Because if you never worked a day in your life, you've got this passive income coming in, your income from your investments or your income from your business, then you don't have to, you know, get out of bed to have all your bills covered. All right. You want a consistent cash flow coming in from your real estate business through whatever strategy that you're focusing on. If you're using my methods, then you're focusing on wholesaling, you're focusing on rentals, You're focusing on lease options. You're focusing on taking over the deed and getting overpayments. You're focusing on seller financing and even some fixing and flipping. All right. But the point is, you want enough money coming in to cover your expenses at the very least, and then your income. Maybe your income is greater than your expenses, right? That's the ideal scenario. Or maybe in your situation, your expenses are greater than your income. So you have to get real estate investing has to succeed just in order for you to have a less stressful life. All right. So that's basically what you want to do. You want to try to put a plan together and get a consistent deal flow going. As some of you may know, I started my real estate investing business as a broke sophomore in college, and I listened to Brian Tracy, who was a business trainer, sales trainer, and Brian Tracy said, work in corporate America for 5 years before you start your own business. So I had already started my business, but the key thing is I wanted to work as an engineer. I worked as a software engineer for 5 years, and then my plan was to leave that in 5 years and focus full-time on my real estate investing business, which I had started in college. And fortunately, I was blessed that everything worked out that way. So after 4.5 years, I walked away from my engineering career, and I remember explaining this to my dad, because my dad, he had no clue, what I was doing. He knew that I was a real estate investor, but, he had no clue how all that worked. And I remember I knew I was going to have to convince him. I knew my mom would understand a little bit better than my dad. But my dad, he was always blue collar, work hard. And, that definitely paid off for him because my dad rose from abject poverty. And in fact, my dad was so poor at times that when he was a child, that he had to go and rummage through the city dump for food. So he, became a very a well-respected upholsterer, somebody who refinishes furniture and makes furniture, and he worked for a major corporation doing that, and he was very well respected in his field. So he rose from abject poverty to becoming a very financially stable blue-collar person. But anyway, he had no clue when it came to entrepreneurship and investing, and I just had to sit down with him and show him all my closing statements from these deals I had done. See, Dad, I bought this property at X amount of dollars, and I sold it for Y amount of dollars. See, Dad, I bought this property for X amount of dollars, and I sold it for Y amount of dollars. And I just went over that with him. And even though he saw these, huge numbers that were, surpassing my my engineering salary, he just it just never really registered with him. But he was always supportive of what I was doing. So anyway, so that's the position you want to be in. You want to have enough money coming in from your real estate investing business to surpass your income, your expenses, and ultimately support the lifestyle that you want. But you got to start somewhere, and getting rid of your job will free up time for you to focus on not working for somebody else, but work for yourself and building the life of your dreams for yourself and your family. Hey, thanks again for watching, and don't forget to check out any additional resources that I might have for you in the description section of this video. If you like this video, then show me some love with a heart on Facebook or a thumbs up on YouTube, and leave a comment below to let me know how the video helped you. If you have any real estate investing questions, go ahead and write those in the comments below, and it just may become the topic of my next video. If you know anybody else that might benefit from this video, then go ahead and share it. Be sure to check out my upcoming videos, and until next time, may all your parents have rich children, and may all your children have rich parents.